The internet is in absolute shock right now. Bruce Willis, the Hollywood legend we all grew up watching, the man who gave us Die Hard, Pulp Fiction, and so many other iconic films, is battling one of the toughest fights of his life. At 68, Bruce has been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, a devastating condition that strips away memory, communication, and independence. And while fans around the world are pouring their hearts out for him, a shocking storm of accusations has erupted online. People are pointing fingers at none other than his wife, Emma Heming, claiming that instead of being by his side through every painful step of this battle, she's abandoned him, left him vulnerable, and focused more on herself than on her husband. But is it true? Did Emma Heming really abandon Bruce Willis during the darkest chapter of his life? Or is this just another case of social media twisting the narrative? Either way, the whispers, the headlines, and the explosive rumors are impossible to ignore. So let's get into it. From the outside, Bruce Willis and Emma Heming always looked like the perfect couple. She was the model who stole the heart of Hollywood's tough guy. They got married in 2009, built a family together with 2 young daughters, and for years, they gave fans that picture-perfect love story. Emma was often praised for being supportive, caring, and keeping Bruce grounded after decades in the limelight. But things began to shift when Bruce's health took a turn. At first, in 2022, his family announced he was stepping away from acting due to aphasia, a language disorder. Fans were heartbroken, but they rallied around him. Then, in early 2023, the devastating update came. Bruce had been officially diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia. Suddenly, the tough action star who had fought terrorists on screen was fighting something far more brutal in real life. And this is where the drama really begins. Almost immediately after the announcement, people online started speculating about Emma's role. Instead of seeing her constantly at Bruce's side, rumors began to spread that she wasn't as present as she should be. Paparazzi photos surfaced of Emma out shopping, attending events, posting beauty content on Instagram, and suddenly the whispers grew louder. Is she really taking care of Bruce? Or is she leaving that responsibility to someone else? And this is where Demi Moore's name keeps coming up. Fans noticed that Bruce's ex-wife, Demi, seemed to be around him more often than Emma. Reports claimed that Demi had even moved into the house to help with his care. She was spotted with Bruce and their daughters, sharing family moments and acting as though nothing had changed between them. Naturally, the internet did what it does best. It fueled the drama. Why does it look like Demi is doing more for Bruce than Emma? One fan commented under a viral post, "Emma's living her best life while Demi is actually there for him." Another claimed, "Does she even love him anymore? Or is she waiting it out until the end?" A third brutally asked. The narrative of Emma abandoning Bruce spread like wildfire. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Emma herself has spoken out several times, insisting that being a caregiver is not easy. She admitted publicly that she struggles, that it's overwhelming, and that some days she feels like she's drowning. She even said she has to put her best face forward for her daughters and not let them see her pain. On paper, that sounds like honesty, vulnerability, and strength. But to a lot of people online, it came across as selfish. Instead of centering Bruce and his suffering, critics claimed she was making it about herself. "Why are you talking about how you feel?" one viral tweet read. "This isn't about you, Emma. It's about Bruce." Another comment that spread on Instagram said, "If you're the wife, the partner, the one who vowed to be there in sickness and in health, then why are you complaining? Step up. Stop talking. Just be there for him." Harsh? Absolutely. But the backlash hasn't slowed down. And then there's the issue of social media itself. While Bruce's condition has only worsened, he can no longer communicate the way he used to and his memory is fading fast, Emma has kept her Instagram active. She posts family photos, brand collaborations, skincare videos, and the occasional update on Bruce. But fans have noticed a pattern. Whenever she posts about her husband, the comments explode. "Why are you exploiting him?" some accuse. "This looks like PR, not love," others write. "You're treating Bruce like content," critics slam. And every time Emma tries to defend herself, it just seems to backfire. But here's the thing. the accusations aren't just about social media. Some insiders claim that Emma spends a lot of time outside the home, traveling, networking, and focusing on herself, while Bruce's day-to-day care has fallen more and more on his older daughters and, of course, Demi Moore. Whether that's true or not, the story has stuck. And the image of Emma Heming abandoning Bruce has become one of the internet's favorite narratives. And let's be real, the contrast doesn't help her case. Demi, who divorced Bruce over 2 decades ago, seems to be constantly present, smiling in photos with him, standing next to him during family moments, and being hailed as the real support system. Emma, on the other hand, gets caught by paparazzi at a salon or promoting wellness products online, and the comparisons write themselves. Think about that for a second. The ex-wife being praised for loyalty, while the current wife gets slammed for neglect. It's like something out of a Hollywood script. Now, are these accusations entirely fair? Maybe not. After all, being a full-time caregiver is brutal. It takes a toll emotionally, physically, mentally. But the internet doesn't always care about what's fair. It cares about what looks dramatic. And right now, the drama is this. Emma Heming, the woman who vowed to stand by Bruce Willis, is being accused of abandoning him when he needs her the most. And here's where it gets darker. Some fans have even speculated about Emma's intentions. There are conspiracy-style theories swirling that she's more focused on protecting Bruce's fortune, ensuring her daughter's financial security, and controlling his estate than on actually caring for him. The moment the dementia diagnosis went public, Emma stepped up as the spokesperson for the family, issuing statements, clarifying rumors, and even shutting down false tabloid stories. On the surface, that looks like responsibility. But to critics, it looked like control. Why is she the one speaking for him? A viral Reddit thread questioned, why not his adult daughters? Why not Demi? Emma just wants the spotlight. And then there are the chilling claims that Emma allows too much access to Bruce for the cameras. Some fans feel like every time a photo of him surfaces, he looks more fragile, more lost, and that Emma is exposing him instead of protecting his dignity. All of these whispers build into one massive question. Is Emma Heming really standing by Bruce Willis? Or has she abandoned him emotionally, physically, and publicly while others step in to care for him? What makes this story so wild is that no one truly knows what goes on behind closed doors. For all we know, Emma could be doing everything possible for Bruce, sacrificing more than anyone realizes, and simply not broadcasting it. But in the age of social media, perception is reality, and the perception right now is brutal. The wife is being painted as absent. The ex-wife is being praised as the hero. And Bruce, the man at the center of it all, has no voice in this battle. As one heartbreaking comment online put it, Bruce Willis gave the world everything through his films, but when it comes to his final fight, he's the one being left behind. And that's the tragedy fans can't stop talking about. The story of Bruce Willis's heartbreaking health decline isn't just about a Hollywood legend fading away. It's turned into one of the most shocking and dramatic public scandals about family loyalty, love, and betrayal. And the more this plays out, the more people feel like they're watching a real-life soap opera unfold. Because behind the scenes of Bruce's devastating dementia diagnosis, it's not just his health making headlines. It's the messy battle of perception between his wife, Emma Heming, and his ex-wife, Demi Moore. And if you thought the accusations were brutal before, just wait until you see how deep the rabbit hole goes. See, when the family first made the announcement about Bruce stepping away from Hollywood because of aphasia, the world was stunned. Fans poured out love, tributes, and prayers. But once the diagnosis escalated to frontotemporal dementia, the tone shifted. Suddenly, people wanted to know who is taking care of him, who is really there for him. This is where things start to get messy. Emma Heming, the woman who vowed to stand by Bruce in sickness and in health, should naturally have been the center of support. She's the wife, the mother of his 2 youngest daughters, the person who shares his home. But instead, public perception has almost flipped on its head. The internet has painted a picture where Demi Moore, the ex-wife from decades ago, has become the guardian angel swooping in to protect Bruce, while Emma is portrayed as the one chasing Instagram content, brand deals, and her personal wellness lifestyle. Now here's where it gets interesting. The tabloids have had a field day with this narrative. Headlines scream, Demi moves back in to care for Bruce, and Emma Heming too busy for ailing husband. Even when those stories aren't entirely true, they spread like wildfire online. Because let's face it, the contrast is just too juicy. The ex-wife stepping up while the current wife steps back. It's the kind of headline that practically writes itself. And the public has eaten it up. Comment sections are flooded with brutal takes. Some fans call Demi a saint for standing by her ex, while others accuse Emma of being cold, distant, and even selfish. One viral TikTok that compared paparazzi shots of Demi smiling with Bruce against photos of Emma leaving a salon racked up millions of views, with the caption, "One is a real partner, the other is just playing the role." But let's dig a little deeper. Emma Heming hasn't exactly stayed quiet. She's clapped back at critics before, talking about the toll of being a caregiver. She's admitted it's overwhelming, saying things like, "I put my best face on for my kids, but some days I feel like I'm drowning." On the surface, those confessions sound raw and relatable. But to a lot of people online, it felt like she was centering herself instead of Bruce. And that's when the whispers turned into outright attacks. "Why are you talking about your pain?" Fans blasted in the comments. "This isn't about you, Emma. This is about Bruce. Step up. Stop posting. Just be there for him." It's harsh, but this is how public opinion works. When someone is sick, especially someone as beloved as Bruce Willis, fans want to see undivided loyalty. Anything less gets framed as betrayal. But the drama doesn't stop there. In fact, some people believe Emma has leaned into her online presence a little too much during this crisis. She's continued posting skincare videos, collaborations with wellness brands, and family photos. Every time she does, it sparks another storm. The comment section fills with accusations. "You're using Bruce's content." "Why does every update feel like PR?" "This isn't love, it's strategy." And here's the kicker. Emma does post about Bruce. But ironically, that makes things worse. Fans accuse her of exploiting him, exposing his decline instead of protecting his dignity. Every time a fragile photo of Bruce surfaces, people question whether it was staged, whether Emma allowed it because it keeps her in the public eye. Meanwhile, Demi doesn't even have to say much. Just by being present in family photos, by standing beside her ex-husband with quiet support, she's won over the internet. She doesn't need brand deals, skincare reels, or public statements. She just shows up. And that contrast makes Emma look every single time. And then we get into the whispers, the rumors that fuel this fire. Some insiders claim Emma isn't around as much as she should be, that she spends too much time networking, traveling, and focusing on herself, leaving Bruce's day-to-day care to others. Who are those others? His older daughters and Demi Moore. Whether those claims are true or not almost doesn't matter anymore, because once gossip like that hits the internet, it sticks. The story becomes bigger than the facts. But this isn't just about public opinion. There are bigger, darker questions swirling. Questions about Bruce's fortune, his legacy, and who controls it all. When the dementia diagnosis went public, Emma quickly positioned herself as the family's spokesperson. She issued statements, denied rumors, and became the voice of Bruce's side of the story. On paper, that seems responsible. But online, people saw it differently. They accused her of taking control, of trying to manage not just Bruce's health story, but his estate. Reddit threads have speculated endlessly about whether Emma's motives are pure. Some users ask, why is she always the one speaking for Bruce? Why not his adult daughters? Why not Demi? Others go even further, suggesting Emma is more focused on financial security than caregiving. The conspiracy-style rumors write themselves. She's making sure her daughters are financially set. She's positioning herself as the gatekeeper. She's preparing for life after Bruce. And while none of that can be proven, it feeds into the perception that Emma isn't fully present for Bruce as a partner. Now contrast that with Demi. For over 20 years, she and Bruce were divorced. She had her own career, her own life, her own very public scandals. But now, in Bruce's darkest hour, she's back in the picture. Calm, supportive, and seemingly selfless. That image has become so powerful that some fans even call her the true love of his life. Imagine that. The ex-wife being hailed as more loyal than the current wife. It's almost cinematic, and it raises an even bigger question. Why is Demi so involved? Some people believe it's because of their kids. Their 3 daughters with Bruce remain close with both parents, and Demi has always prioritized family unity. Others think it's deeper than that Demi still feels a bond with Bruce that never truly broke even after their divorce. Whatever the reason, her presence has become the internet's favorite contrast. But let's not forget, Bruce is still a Hollywood legend with a massive legacy. He's worth millions, his films are iconic, and his fan base is global. That adds another layer of tension. Because in situations like this, the question of inheritance and control always lurks in the background. Who's managing his estate? Who decides what projects, images, or deals still move forward with his name attached? Who protects his legacy when he can't? And there you have it. A Hollywood legend caught in the middle of whispers, feuds, and shocking speculation. The headlines keep spinning, the rumors won't slow down, and the question still lingers. Who's really standing by Bruce Willis, and who's just standing in the spotlight? One thing's for sure, the drama isn't going away anytime soon. If you don't want to miss the next twist, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay tuned, because this story is far from over.